When I made the shift from buying single family properties to buying multifamily properties, there were some things that made me uncomfortable in the process of getting started when it comes to analyzing NOI, or net operating income. So three things are: one, it is very common practice to ask for financial information. It made me feel a little awkward going to a listing agent and say, can you show me the financials? Here's what you want to look for. You want to ask for what's called a T12. It's basically all of your gross income and all of your expenses, vacancy that property has. And then the second thing is the rent roll, which should show unit by unit names and lease start dates, current rents, and current standing on rent payments for your apartment that you're looking to buy. This will help you get a feel for, are these people all going to leave, or are they going to stay here for long term? The second thing that I found that I needed to get used to doing when I was looking at NOI is seeing expenses that they may have forgotten to conveniently include. These are common little things you'll see on a listing. For example, they'll say, hey, here's how I get to my NOI. This is the number. And you're like, wait a second, where's your property insurance? And you're located on a coastal plain. Convenient. All of a sudden, the entire value of that property changes. So make sure you're asking for things like utility bills, who pays what, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to have surprises after you buy the property. Number two is look for things in the NOI that maybe are costs that you will not carry. For example, I've purchased apartment buildings before that had 2 full-time employees with benefits. They had allocated some cost from a corporate group, basically, that owns multiple multifamily properties. And I wasn't going to carry that cost. It was small enough to run it with a property manager, and I knew I wouldn't need those costs. But I did have to ask a lot of questions as to why they had those 2 people. What do they do? Go there, physically meet them, walk the property, so on and so forth, and make sure that I wasn't making a mistake that I would pay for dearly later. Unlike single family, where you only look at market data, multifamily, you really have to understand the financials of it, just like you would understand a business before you buy that business. 2026 is one of the best times in the history of the United States to buy a multifamily property, largely because of how cap rates work and interest rates. If you're looking for a deal, give us a holler.